Hi, my YouTubers. I have something fun today and delicious. My favorite baby back ribs. This is a beautiful piece. I'm going to flip it in a minute, but it's just a beautiful 3.5 pound. I got it at Aldi's. It's baby back. They're going to be tender and delicious. But I just want to go through a few things quickly with you before you prepare them, in case you didn't know, because I didn't in the beginning. When you turn them over like this, there's the thing called the silver skin. I started it because it's a little difficult to do on camera. And you have to get this off. You'll see me struggle a little bit now, let's say. And I have to use a Scott towel because, and then you just pull, see? You pull that whole thing off. And every piece you can get. Let me just rinse my hands quick. It's important to get the silver skin off because that's what prevents or helps the ribs cook through tender. You know, now it's not covering for the juice and whatever to the heat to penetrate properly. Okay, that said, let me just get my, I had my knife there. What I do just to make sure, you don't have to, I poke a little bit just to add a little extra breathing room. Okay, something like that. See, that's all. But it's most important to get that skin off. Okay, now all I do, I rinse them before I take the silver skin off. I put this here for protection purposes so we don't ruin any more tables. We got to get a new one already. See how beautiful that piece is? This is going to be lovely. Lovely. I keep the seasoning simple. I just do my own. I looked up rubs and it's just too involved. Use what you love and what you have in your pantry. So I got garlic powder. Start a lot of that. I love garlic. We all know that, right? I say it every time I use it. I love my garlic. And it's in the sauce too. I made the homemade sauce today, which is a rarity. We'll show that later. This goes in the oven after I spice it up now. And I don't do the back. It's not necessary to double side. If you want a double sided, do it. I don't need it. We're not big on spice here like that. That was garlic powder, pepper, onion powder. Okay, real simple stuff. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Now I use both regular paprika as well as smoked paprika. I'm doing both because normally I would only use the regular paprika. But in today's recipe for the barbecue sauce that I made and looked up, it has smoked in it. So I thought it'd be nice to complement it in the meat as well. Okay. And you're done. What did I put on? 4 or 5 and a dash of salt. But you know me, I'm going to put like a silly sprinkle. A silly sprinkle of salt. Okay. But that's it for seasoning. You got paprika, regular and smoked, onion and garlic powder, salt and pepper. It can get easier. Keep my brush here for later for that. Now what I do is I'm going to take them. I'm going to get a bigger piece of foil. If you want to wait a second. I'll show you how I do it because I think my method is wonderful. I could probably use those too. I wrap it like a baby in aluminum foil and I put it, get a really big piece, and I put it in here in the pan. Let me get the big giant piece down and show you how this goes. I'll probably use those on the top, but I put it in a big pan. See, this one's so big, it actually fills the whole pan. And we're going to wrap it really good. It's going to go in a 300-degree oven, low and slow. It used to be 275, but I would do that at 2 hours. It's too long. I'm giving you a simpler version. And as always, I'll always write everything optional in the description for you. Okay, but this is the most important part because you want it. It's going to basically steam to a beautiful tender in the oven at that temperature and that slow. And after that point, it is so full. I like my ribs fall off the bone. I don't know about you all, but I do. I have to have them like that or I'm not happy. So wrap her up good, okay? And it's on the pan because juice is going to fall out, and we're going to use the pan again when she comes out. Okay, that's all you do. You seen me season it. Let's do a few holes for in case some stuff penetrate. And that's it. In the oven now. We're going to forget about it for 90 minutes at 300. And then we'll be back. Okay? She's been in the oven about 90 minutes. I tested if it was tender through a knife. Just going to open it for you now so you could see. Oof. Beautiful, beautiful. The smell, amazing, mouth-watering. I'm not even going to say it on camera because you know how I get. And you see all that excess juice it's steamed in? Now we're going to switch pans. We're not going to leave it in here because it'll stay too moist that way. Let me just get a towel for my hand. I got to get my tongs and see a fork and my tongs and move this baby over. Let me get two tongs, so you can see how this rolls, because instead of doing all that hoopla, let's just put it in the pan where it's going to bake. Much easier. We could throw all this juice aside. Now my finger's sticking. Of course it is. Wow, they're really, really tender. Okay, just want to get a good grip on it, on the whole thing. Oof, look at that. Now put it right into here. Oop, oop, oop. Fit in there, get in there. Did you believe this? It may not fit. Well, it will. And if it didn't, we may just, the object here, ladies and gentlemen, is to get rid of all of this happening. And I can't do that without making a super duper mess. So we'll see if I could get this into the sink, and then you know what? We could put them right back on here as I've done in the past. Not to worry. But the good part is that you get to see it, real food, real time. This is going to happen in your kitchen. Stuff like this. That's why I say I try to stay as real and natural as I can all the time. See, I burnt myself. Can't get more natural than that. All right, let me just try not to. Okay. Let's just worry about that in a few minutes, okay? That's not my priority right now. Now let's get her back into where she fits, because I'm going to baste her, and she's just basically going to go back in the oven for the last 30 minutes, and you'll baste her after 15 more minutes of that. Normally, I love Baby Ray's on my ribs. Oh, they're so tender. Look at that. Look at that. I want to, whoo, the smell. Oh, I want one now. And let's just move the pan that we're not going to use. Okay. And like I said, I love Baby Ray's, but I got ambitious today and I looked up a fresh barbecue sauce that only cooked for 10 minutes, simmered after it. It's simple ingredients, very easy. So you just take it and baste it. Okay. Let me pour a little on like this. Let's not try to be too fancy here. This is more of a apple cider vinegar base, like the brown sugar and all the normal stuff, but I find it a little bit more on the tangy side than Sweet Baby Ray's, which I normally use. So I'm trying something different because a lot of times people want a homemade sauce, and I want to offer you that. I want to take all the time to make these super tender and show you my full off the bone ribs. You may want a store-bought. You may want to try like I did. I may go back. I don't know. Vinny likes this one, so we'll see. So this is the object here. You put this on for the first 15 minutes, pull her out, baste it again, and that'll be a total of 2-hour cooking time. But I'll put everything in the description, and when you pull it, before you pull it out after 90 minutes, put a knife through the foil and see that they are as tender as you want. They should be ready at that point to eat, the tenderness level, okay? If not, give it another 15 minutes. Then come out and do this. Baste, in for 15 more minutes, out, baste again, in for 15 minutes, okay? I'm going to do the second baste by myself, and I'm going to show you the finished product. I'm not going to bring them out here for you again just on a second base, but now we're going to go back in, and I'll see you guys in a little bit at the finished. Okay, here they are, and I'm not going to cut them because they're too hot. I promise you they'll fall off the bone tender. They're delicious smelling, and I don't know about you, but it's the best $10 I ever spent at Aldi's. This is almost 4 pounds of baby back ribs. Really, really good. And just, I don't know if you're interested, but we are going to have them with my homemade mac and cheese that just came out of the oven. If you guys would like me to do a video on that, just leave a comment in the spare rib video, and I'll do it for you if I have enough people, because it's a labor of love and grating all that cheese. So let me know if you want to see that. That's a good recipe. Very easy, but delicious, homemade. And we're going to dig into these ribs and have a real Southern dinner tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video. I love all of you, my YouTubers, all my YouTubers and subs. Thanks.